Hello, Galaxy Heroes. Mikey here again with a blast from the past. I had a request from Jake Sheldon, who no longer plays the game but does enjoy watching gameplay, and asked if I could run a Galactic War using characters that I don't regularly use. As you can see, although I have quite a high galactic power score, I haven't relicked everything, as this comp testifies. So yeah, it just didn't seem right to go against the first waves of this Galactic War, running a relic comp squad. I mean, most of the teams here, if you recall, I believe we all have to complete it at least once, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I've played the game since January 2016, and I've got to be honest that this did at times end up like some of the galactic challenges that we face. It's just like, it's ridiculous. I don't have anything that's gonna beat this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure I will put this. I will try to remember to add Galactic War. I think I've got a Galactic War section, and you may see, or this may actually have been even before I started uploading videos of our beloved game. But I do know that I've burnt through my entire roster as per, I suppose, GAC now. Maybe that's more of a nah. I'm arguing with myself here. GAC and Galactic Challenge, kind of in the same boat, I suppose. What I'm talking about was that there weren't, the only abilities you had were the character's abilities. There were no mods. There was no speed option. One speed fitted all, and the only abilities you had were the toons abilities. And so I believe this will change, but I did try to run actually, what am I talking about? Drogons in the first wave, but I did try to run with some of the kind of original toons, and again, I'm just selecting my lowest geared toons. I wanted to mix it up a little bit in regards to the teams I ran, the toons I ran, because the request was to see some of our Star Wars characters that don't get as much airtime. I mean, I'm kind of being diplomatic there. So if we cut through all the ball, running most of the crappy toons, I say that running Ewoks and Jawas, and that's probably a little bit unfair on them, because they, depending where you are in game now, they can be quite useful. I mean, Ewoks actually are probably going to become quite an important faction. We've got Nisa on the board. I believe she can take Lord Vader with, well, it's the whole Omicrons and Datacrons beat everything. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get more Ewok related challenges, and just a need for a need to progress. Maybe that's a better way of describing it. But other than that, I mean, so again, there are some very niche markets. It links in. I will get there. I honestly promise you, I will get there. But it's a Galactic War, and I'm not manually. We do go into auto because I just get impatient, and auto is a lot quicker. But there was a conversation going on about ridiculous galactic challenges. I was saying that if we were to be given one using original toons from game launch, I do believe all of these are originals, and I was reminiscing that Lumi was quite a powerful figure start of game, but that was back then. I'm sure now with the speeded up options of gearing up toons, the new landscape for starting players is considerably different to my experience. So I think we're gonna do a switcheroo, are we? Not yet. Okay. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a switcheroo, because I started, I believe it's this one. No, it's not this one. I think we complete. Spoiler alert, I managed to clear Galactic War. There's front page news. It's the next wave, I believe. Maybe it's the Sith wave, I don't know. Where it dawns on me that not we're gonna die, is it? It's I'm gonna die. Gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Was I used as a leader? That must have been, wow, tank. Yeah, there was if you applied days on them, or you could rack up a certain number of points on tank raid. That was it. Oh my god, same raid that Chirpatine was there. So Ewoks were useful, although that was a combination of Ewoks and other toons. Again, I have them in my archives if you want to watch some retro swiggo. But yeah, this is the one where we're going to change it over, just because my squad is not doing very well. I'm looking along the bottom as I watch this vid scrolling through, and unfortunately I've really jumped the gun. See what I did there? Gun, armor gun. But wow, I really do persevere. There's one of the things that I became very apparent, and I've got to be honest, I really don't miss, is the number of dodges that we're encountering here. Yeah, which is not good. Okay, so if I recall, Galactic War works in a way that if your toon dies, then they are no longer available. Makes sense? Yeah, so once you progress, so I must go into this one. Okay. All right. I did say at the... all right, here we go. Let's do a switcheroo. All I remember is regarding... I didn't look there, but there's a percentage chance of Jedi's countering, or so effectively riposte, but not full riposte. I think it's like a 25% chance that they will counter. Hence running them there, slowly starting to rack up what I'm facing. Opted that I know that Annie is, even at level 75, could prove quite problematic. Because if you wear anyone else down, he's going to kill him. And we're already down to 3 toons, so this kind of isn't panning out well. So I elect to change it round, and in keeping, still going into Galactic Republic, I'm gonna drop out 2 of the more ineffectual Jedis here, which I believe is Eth. Not a fan of Ethkoff, and Jedi Knight Guardian, who I know is quite well used, or has been, as the tank under, is it JMK leads? Him that procs that if you're a tank you taunt, something like that. But yeah, it's okay. Yes, they are relic, but they're not great, if that makes sense. I mean, Plo's Plo is also a tank and does that taunting job, but Plo's really is only developed for the versatility his ship brings. So yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, I think this, bar the last battle, which is just okay, let's not mess about, but mess about. But the reason, so Krennic really doesn't like rebels. I don't know why, but he don't. So again, I know I've brought in Scout Trooper, who is a new toon and wouldn't have been under Krennic, but I do believe, well, I know because there's a pairing in his abilities with Death Trooper, so there's there's a symbiosis between those two. Shore Trooper, well, yeah, Shore Trooper are from the Rogue One movie, which is the Krennic movie. So yeah, I'm starting to doubt myself here, but yeah. So so the probe droid is Gear 11. I think probe droid and IG 86 are my only non-relict droids. Again, I know that there is end gamers who've got, very well geared up probe droids, because again, probe droid does have a place at end of game. Yeah, probe droid was a fleeting meta as well, but I just couldn't resist it. Krennic, out of all of them, Krennic's probably the toon that got my hopes up. There was chatter about Krennic becoming viable again, so I took him to Relic 5. Can't remember. I think we actually needed him for something later on, so it was like, well, that's great, but yeah, it wasn't or hasn't so far. I suppose that's the caveat here, isn't it? I suppose end of the day, there's going to be lifters for all the crap factions, so that we use everything. I did say that I changed it over at the end, and yeah, just let's womp the rest of them, because why wouldn't you? Realistically, I probably could have soloed the entire thing with Wampa anyway, but here we go. I hope it's enjoyable. Thank you for watching.